Wargaming should be ashamed of this feature in World of Tanks. Howdy folks, it's One of Nine here from One of Nine TV, and today I'm going to be talking about the gift terminal. It's a new thing that they added for this year's holiday ops, and basically the premise of it is you get tokens and you click the button and it gives you a reward. And you go through a little animation and let's see, a few credits, not bad, not bad. I'm just going to use all of my tokens right now. Just to show you, the animation changes. Sometimes if it bounces off the chimney, which there's no guarantee that I'm actually going to get to see, that means you got the tank that's in. There we go. See? Watch. But look, it's rental battles. That is the problem. So basically, they have this tank in here that you can get permanently or for rental battles. That is the most disgusting feature that I have ever seen in World of Tanks. I'm just going to skip that. Just going to get through all these tokens. Alright, like, the rewards you get are decent. I won't say that they aren't. I won't say that they're ripping you off or anything with the rewards. Like, 15,000 credits for just having played the game normally, that's not bad. The problem is what everybody's gonna want is the tank that they put in it. And I've done some math, which I will show later. The odds of getting the tank, even if you use every single possible token that you unlock for free, the odds of you actually getting the tank are not that great. And you'll see all my math later, and I think that I'm still overestimating the actual likelihood of you getting it. See, exactly, again, there's another 5 rental battles. I think I've gotten the rental battles like 30 times. I've got like 30 to 40 rental battles in this thing, if not more. So just to put it into perspective, I've opened like probably 60 or 70 of the tokens, and I still have yet to get the tank for real. It's all just been for rentals. And I can actually go and show you exactly how many rental battles I have in it. 38 rental battles, and I've used 7 of them already, I believe. I've played it a few times, so I started off with 45. So that means I won the thing 9 times out of the 60 tokens that I used, so, or more. I don't know the exact number of tokens, but it's somewhere in between like 60 and 80. But I still have yet to get the tank. And that's a big problem because that is what people are going to want. And there's one feature that they added, which means that people are just going to throw money at this. You can buy tokens for 2,000 of these resources. Where do you get these resources? From playing the games or from buying large boxes. So I can buy tokens if I want to. Obviously, I've already used up all my resources that I need for everything else, so I have nothing else to spend them on. But this to me is a horrible predatory system that should never have existed in the game because all it is doing is making people spend money. So, for the rest of this, I'm going to head over to tomato.gg and I'm going to show you guys my math that I used to come up with my percentage chance or the probability that you will actually be able to earn this tank through the gift terminal. And to preface this, I still think that my number is way high, like 5 times higher than what Wargaming's actual value is, the likelihood of you getting it on a random roll. Alright, so first off, I'm here on the Watt page, and this is where you find the information for the gift terminal and the gift terminal drop rates. Now this down here is very misleading. It is saying that you have an 11% drop rate to get the Object 283 for rent or permanently. Now, I don't believe that they've lied here. I think that your chance of getting either of those two on a random roll is 11%. The issue I have is that the odds of you getting it for rent are so much higher than getting it permanently, to the point where on a random roll, I'd guess that you have about 0.5% chance of getting it permanently. So to get it, you'd think you'd have to open at least 200 to get it. So now let's head over to tomato.gg. Alright, so here's the statistics for the tank and for how many games people have played in it, and I have qualified this by using two suspicious numbers, and I use suspicious in air quotes. Any numbers that are multiples of 5 or end in 4 or 9. The reason for the 4 or 9 is because you would assume that there's a lot of people who got it for rentals and played all but one battle, and that is where the 4 or the 9 comes from. So there's 293 people on the North American server that have played at least 25 battles in the Object 283. 194 out of those 293 were battles that were multiples of 5 or ended in 4 or 9. Now, obviously, if you get it for permanently, there is a 80% chance that it may have ended up on that number. So with that, I deducted those out. So I ended up with roughly 155 of those 194 are people that you can basically guarantee are rentals. I did a little bit of math, and that comes out to being that 155 is 52.9 something percent of the total 293 people. I then took that 52.9 and multiplied it by the 99 players who had everything else, as well as the other 20% that would fall under the 4, 9, or ending in 0 and 5 category. With those numbers added up, I came up with, out of the 99, 52 players, 0.4 players would have the tank for rental out of that 99, and another 20.5 out of the 194 would also still have it as a rental, giving me a total of 228 players that I estimate have it as a rental. And out of the 293, that is 77.87% that have the tank as a rental, according to my math. And again, I don't know the numbers because Wargaming did a scummy thing and hid them. So, that means that out of the 11% chance, 77% of that is rentals, and the other 23% roughly is permanent tanks, assuming, again, all my math is correct and I'm not screwing anything up in here. And that gives me a 2.4% chance overall, so out of 100%, of you actually getting the tank legitimately, which admittedly sounds pretty close to what the number is for the loot boxes. It's 2.4%, but you are guaranteed on the 50th box to get one, which changes it a little bit. So now, let's go and figure out how many tokens you can possibly get. So Holiday Ops starts December 1st, ends January 9th, which means there are 40 days. On those 40 days, you can earn 1,600 resources by just collecting them in your garage, 400 from collecting them from friends, another 50 for petting your dog, and sitting through the animation 40 times. $350 for your first daily mission, $250 for the second daily mission, $300 for the third, and $350 for the bonus, which times the 40 days and divided by the 2,000 resources it costs to buy one of the tokens, I estimated that you can get a maximum of 66 tokens. Now, this doesn't include any of the festive atmosphere, which, unfortunately, I don't know the exact numbers of how much resources you have to spend, so you can probably assume that it's more like you'll get 60 tokens or so. But added with the 28 that you get from the missions from Mila, and the 4 that you get from the festive atmosphere levels, I estimated that you can get 98 tokens. Now here's where the other math comes in. Basically, to guess how much your percentage chance of getting the tank is, I calculated what the percentage of not getting it is, and then figured out what that percentage would be of not getting it every single time for 50 tokens. And that was about a 30% chance that you wouldn't get it at all if you opened 50 tokens, which means that after 50 tokens, you have a 70% chance of getting it permanently, according to this number that I've come up with. And after 98 tokens, which is the theoretical maximum for a free-to-play player to earn, they only have a 90% chance of getting the tank. That is absolutely disgusting on Wargaming's part. I don't care who you are, that is just absolutely disgusting. They should not have done that. Because now all they're encouraging people to do is just buy more loot boxes so they can earn the tank. And they may never sell this one because they don't sell the tier 9s that often. This should never have been done. Keep the Object 283 out of the gift terminal. Put it in the loot boxes if you have to. At least there is a guarantee that you will get it after X number of boxes. Here, there is no guarantee. You could open literally hundreds of dollars of loot boxes to spend on gift terminal tokens, and you may never get it. I've heard stories of people spending $1,000, $2,000 on loot boxes, and all they got to show for it? 200 rental battles? Are you kidding me, Wargaming? That is disgusting and should not be in the game. You showed great improvement with making the loot boxes have a guaranteed tank mechanic. But now, you decided to go and ruin it by adding the gift terminal, which just looks like a cheap money-making scheme. And I'm just disappointed. There's not much else to say. Now I think that my 2.4% chance of getting the tank is actually really high. I think that the actual chance is more like 0.5. So I got maybe 5 times higher than what the actual chance is. Which if it's 0.5, like 98 tokens, forget about getting the tank, at least reasonably. It'll probably be about a 50-50 split. But again, I'm just pulling that number out of thin air. So I don't know exactly what it is, only Wargaming does, but that's roughly what I guess that the actual number is. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. You've been epic, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, and goodbye.